Okay guys, today we're with another discussion video, and today this is basically my update on Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker and how I think it's, fully going to be. And in the first, discussion about it, it was basically a rant about things I'm mad about because they were taking out so many things. We found out there wasn't story and there's only online mode, but now I'm going to update my opinion that, it may not have story, it may not have, offline mode, but thing is, even without those things, it can still be really good. And because if they do take out these things, that means that they can mainly focus, on the combat aspect of the game. Like, the fighting wise can be really good, and that can actually make up for no story and all that. But another thing is that we still have a long time until this game comes out, right? We still have about, a few months and whatnot. So they're still developing on the game. That means even though, they said there wasn't going to be a story and all that, they can change it at any time just like that. So I definitely still have high hopes for this game. And okay, and another thing I wanted to talk about, I didn't get to push on about, is that it turns out if you create a character right, you make him an Uchiha, you can actually have the Susanoo, which is really interesting to me, because if we can have the Susanoo, then I think this basically means, it basically confirms that there's going to be awakenings in the game. And this is something we all really wanted, but after all that news, we thought we weren't going to get it. But now, it looks like they're turning into root since they're having awakenings now. Like, this is going to be a mainly mainly online, battle game. I don't think it's really going to be focused on quests or story and all that. I think this is going to be a very competitive online, full-fledged Naruto game. And this is actually what a lot of us has been wanting, for a long time. Because Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm, I mean, at first, it did require some skill. Like Storm 1 and Storm 2, I'm not gonna lie, it required skill. Storm 3 a little less. Storm Revolution, that was a lot about timing skill. You had to have dead on timing for that skill. But Storm 4 did not take skill, in my opinion. They took out the jump blocking, they took out a lot of stuff. But Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker, this is like basically a team-based game. You had to have really good team cooperation to be able to win. You need to be in sync, and you just need to be teammates you're really comfortable with to win. Like, I'm not saying you can't be with random and you can't win, but you had to have really good teamwork to know what you're doing, because that's what the other team is going to have, and you need to counter it. So this is going to be a competitive online game. I believe that's what they're going for. I think that's why they're putting in the awakenings now, because we can have Susanoo, and since we can have Susanoo, we can only assume that there's going to be other awakenings to counter that, like possibly Jinchuriki. You could see any of that. But are you guys happy that this is a competitive, online game? That's what they're mainly focusing on in the combat? Or do you hope that they might change it and they do put in a storyline in it? But one thing I did want to talk about is that we know there's going to be, other online game modes despite just battling, instead of just battling. And so I'm thinking, if there's quests, there's basically little quests you can do as a team online mode. So what if online mode, like online the quests, like doing all those quests in order, they actually lead up to a big storyline. Like, what if that's like a secret story that they're actually putting in? Like, that's a true storyline. Like, an online story mode, just doing all the quests in order, and that's what the story's going to be. I think that's what it could possibly be, but are you guys happy that they're mainly focusing on the combat? Or are you disappointed the story's gone? But all I can say is them putting the Susanoo, putting awakenings now for characters. That's definitely a step in the right direction. I definitely have, more high hopes for this game now. And it can still be really good, guys. It's just the type of game it's going to be, just online. I think that's what it's mainly going to be. But definitely let me know in the comments how you feel about this game so far.